We'll get you guys hopefully caught up on things here today. Okay, so let's start with this one first. I asked for 9D was a question for homework for Friday. Then I'll go through two of the word problems from last night. I might even go through all of them, in fact, because I just want to make sure that you guys are confident and aren't afraid of the word problems. I think some people, one person told me they didn't get anything from yesterday, and that scares me a little bit, but we can do it. I need to make sure we know how to do this question though. Okay, I messed up the numbers, so they're a little bit off, but we'll try and make it better right now. So it says February 24th, 2015. Okay, so we're going to do substitution to solve this. You can draft it if you want to. Somebody yesterday was also telling me they want everything into y equals mx plus b, and I say definitely not. This one here says 3x plus 2y equals 16, and x plus 4y equals 21. I'll call this 1, and I'm going to call this 2. Now this question is going to be very much like the last example we did on Friday. Okay, so when you look at that, you're going to isolate one variable. What variable should you isolate from what equation? Hannah, go ahead.
X from the second equation.
Definitely. Okay, why does it make we did y a lot. Why does it make sense to use x instead of y in this case? Hannah, go ahead.
Because there's nothing attached.
Yeah, it's just plain old x. So I'm going to make equation 2. Hannah, keep going here. X equals what?
21 minus 4y.
21 minus 4y. Now, I hope everyone realizes when I do this, I haven't changed anything. It's still an equivalent equation, right? I'm just mixing things around. Now, I'm not going to isolate in all the other equations, okay? Because if you do, you're going to get fractions, and I don't like fractions. Maybe you guys do like fractions, but hopefully after your chapter 1 test, you realize you don't like fractions at all. Okay, so what am I going to do with that x equals 21 minus 4y now? This is a very important step. Alistair, go. Very good. Okay, so now you're going to sub x equals 21 minus 4y into 1. Okay, so the equation for equation 1 is going to be bracket 21 minus 4y bracket plus 2y equals 16. Okay, so today is a review day or a recap day. So if you're wondering why, or you can do the same thing, or you got a different answer, please raise your hand and ask, because this is meant for you guys to understand things. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Does it matter if you solve for x in the first equation?
You could have, okay, but the problem, someone other than Emily here, why is that not suboptimal? Why is it more difficult though by solving for x in the first equation? What's that going to do? Yeah,
fractions.
There's going to be fractions all over the place, right? The way I'm going to get to my solution here is that there'll be whole numbers all the entire way through. Okay, but that's not wrong. It'll still work. You can do x equals x and solve it that way, but it's just generally it'll be more difficult because there'll be fractions here for this. Okay. Can I get another volunteer, please, to help me solve for x, please? Jenna, go ahead.
We went to choose the property.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is 63.
Yeah.
Minus 12y.
Yeah.
Plus 2 equals 16.
2y equals 16. Okay. Why am I happy with this equation now? Molly, go ahead. Yeah, there's only one variable. I can actually solve for y. Okay, and there's no fractions, which is another pleasant bonus there. Can I get someone else to show off their algebra skills here, please? How do we solve for y all the way through to finish up? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Rearrange and put like the legs.
Sure. So I'll call this like this. Oh goodness, this would be over 2. And I unfortunately messed up my math here. Okay. Keep going ahead. What's negative 12y plus 2y?
No, never mind. 10.
Yeah, negative 10. Okay. And this should be, I'm having a hard bad day here. 4D, I can't do this. 47? 47? Negative 47? Yeah.
So what I did was
Yeah, I just look at the same answer, right? So I know it works. Now I'm going through this very, very quick. If you want to use decimal, that's 4.7 if you were sitting at the back of the class. Okay, I'm close to being done, but not yet. How do I get my x? Because remember, for a point of intersection, you need an x and a y value. Nick, how do you get our x now?
y equals 47 and back into
Yeah, which one do you want to solve it into? You can solve it any one. Do you want 1, 2, or 3? Which one's the best, you think? 3 definitely. Okay, because it says x equals, okay? So now we're going to sub y equals 47 over 10 to 3. Okay, so it says x equals 21 minus 4, yeah. And I'm sorry about the fractions. I miscounted in my head, I guess, when I made this question. Sorry. Okay, so 47, 21 minus, oh boy, 160, what is that, 188 over 10? Is that right? Go with me here. Did I make a mistake? Okay, so 210, yuck. What is that, 2.2? 22 over 10? Okay, other than the fraction, I'm going to try and stay away from fractions. Say sorry about that, I made a mistake. I'm going to type it in there, okay? It was supposed to be 2 and 5, but I can't add in my head. Okay, are we okay on that? The point I wanted to show you that I wanted to show you about the only isolating one variable, because this is a lot easier to solve this way than it is making x equals x, so that'll still work. 1, 2. Go ahead. Jenna, go ahead.
Wait, why wouldn't you have just put in like why wouldn't you have just done the decimal?
This is math class, and we don't like decimals.
Okay.
But you would have lost half the work for decimal,
Alright.
yes. You want to leave fractions, yes. What do you mean, what? Yes, decimals lose half the mark, yes. Jen and I'll try to, I'm sorry, I just made this up wrong. From here on out, I'll use integer solutions only. Go. Mr. Solinger does he? You and I'll have a talk. You and I will have a talk. I've seen his house. His house leans like this. If you put something up, and this wasn't measured properly, it leans like that. That's the problem. Billy, do you have a question, or?
No,
Go ahead.
wait, what was this called again?
Substitution. Substitution. Okay. All right. Do you want me to do one more of these before we get to our warm-ups here, just to make sure this is good?
No.
No, too bad. You have to. Yes.
What if there was a number beside x?
Oh, okay. So let's say this was like 2x or something. Well, the problem is, okay, good question. Let's say this was like 2x plus 4y. You'd want to pick one that has the least number of fractions possible. Okay, right? So if you had 2x and 2y, remember we said divide by the smallest one. There was one like that on Friday. You'll always want to sort of pick the smallest one that works out. I'm going to do one more example for you guys to try for this now that everyone's sort of with us here today a little bit. Okay, try one more like this out. Then we'll go to the homework take-up and make sure all is well. Here we go. Example 1 of 2. Substitution 1 of 2, and these will work out nicely, hopefully. Mr. Solinger really says he likes decimals better. No. All right, you know what? You have to talk to your dad sometime.